What is up, bitches? So we're going to do the Sleepwalker murderer. So, oh wait, I forgot to say, welcome back to True Crime Tuesday. I know it's late, it's always late, but that's like, you know, when stuff gets spooky. So go lock your doors, and let's just jump into it. So sleepwalking, what is sleepwalking? Well, I really don't know much about it, so I can't tell you. I know I was gonna sound like I was gonna break it down, but I honestly used to sleepwalk myself, and I have some like pretty like I used to like sleepwalk, like opening my front door and trying to walk out the house. And then one time I actually was over me and my brother used to share a room, and I just remember standing over him and I just like right in his face, you know. So good times, good times. I never killed anybody, thank God. But sleepwalking's crazy. So yeah, it mostly happens in kids. Doesn't happen in adults a lot. Happens when you're like sleep deprived. Having stress. I mean, stress is just fucks you over in so many ways. And there's also have been 68 cases reported that were homicide cases due to sleepwalking. But this hasn't been updated on the Wikipedia since 2005, so I don't know exactly the numbers now. That's a pretty high number. So this story takes place in Ontario, Canada. Ontario, Canada. Oh, wait. What am I talking about? Toronto, Canada. Please just ignore me. Toronto, Canada. And this man's name is Kenneth Park. This is in the 80s. He's married to Karen, and they have a 5-month-old kid. And right now, Kenneth is going through a whole lot of stress, okay? He has a gambling problem. His friends say that he likes to bet like the horses and shit, like that kind of gambling. He's just going under a lot of stress. He takes money from Karen's savings. He forges checks. He eventually steals from his job, which he works in electronics, and he steals $32,000 from them. So this guy must be in it deep if he's stealing $32,000. And he still continues gambling while this is happening. You know, which just shows that like gambling is a real addiction. I actually know a few people who like I had a friend who like made himself sign his own contract saying he couldn't gamble. Like, I don't know. It's intense. It really fucks up your life. And he honestly was fucking up his life. And of course, this caused a strain on his relationship. You know, she's obviously not going to be too happy about it. And so this happened, I don't know if I already said, in the 80s. So he gets caught from his job from stealing. He gets fired, obviously. And he's going to court for, fraud. So his wife is like, yo, you need to like go to counseling, you need to do something. So he goes to Gamblers Anonymous, which he's like, okay, now he has to tell his grandmother and his mother and father-in-law, his wife's obviously. So actually he has a really good relationship with them and they really like him. They call him their gentle giant. And they actually like him a lot because I guess at one point Karen was like a runaway, and he basically talked her into like going back home, and they just had a really good relationship. And he eventually kind of stopped going over there for a few months because he was just really embarrassed of everything that they were dealing with, right? And because of all this shit that's going on, he's changed a lot. Like he's antisocial. He's getting like pressure headaches. It's just changing his weight. He gains weight. He gets insomnia. He sleeps on the couch most of the time. He doesn't get much sleep. Some nights he doesn't even go to sleep. And so the day that he was supposed to tell his family, his mother and father-in-law. So this takes place on May 24th, 87. So he falls asleep around 12 o'clock on the couch watching SNL. He wakes up around 4 o'clock, puts on his shoes, he puts on his jacket, grabs the keys, and heads out the door. But he doesn't lock the door. And this is unusual, okay? It's very unusual of Kenneth. So Kenneth drives, I believe it's like 14 miles to his father and mother-in-law, which is Dennis and Barbara, 42-year-old. She's 42. Dennis, how old is Dennis? Shoot, I'm not sure, Dennis. I'm so sorry. We can just guess how old he is. Okay, so yes, he drives 14 miles. He gets to their house. He takes out a tire iron from the back. He has keys to the front door because, you know, he has keys. He walks upstairs and he strangles Dennis. Then after he goes to Barbara, he beats her with a tire iron and then he stabs her 6 times. He stabs her in the chest, in the shoulder, and in her heart. Dennis thankfully survives this, and Kenneth goes straight to the police after all this. So he goes to the police. He's covered in blood. The police say that when he gets there, he's trembling, he's distressed, he's shaking, and he keeps repeating the same shit, right? He keeps going, I just killed them. Wait, I lost my spot. I want to see exactly what he says. I just killed someone with my hands. Oh my God, I just killed 2 people. I stabbed and beat them to death. It's all my fault. And he just like kept repeating this shit. And they said that he looked really oblivious too. And that he also had severed tendons on his hands, like, hello? And that he just wasn't even, like, what's the word? He wasn't even, what's the word? Not bothered, but, like, paying attention. What's another word for paying attention? Whatever. But, yeah, his hands were fucking severed because of, like, the knives or whatever. Yeah, so his hands are like that. He isn't aware. So he obviously, he goes to jail, right? And while he's in there, well, he goes to prison, not jail. They do a bunch of sleep tests. They do a bunch of psychological tests. They do an EEG scan, which shows that he had abnormal sleep activity at the time while he's asleep and periods of partial brain awakening. So he's studied for months by a team of psychologists, right? And they determined that he had an acute state of emotional turmoil leading up to this attack, which led him to basically lash the fuck out, right? He lashed out and he killed people that he loved, in which he had no gain or like any benefits from killing, you know? From all the fucking stress that he caused on himself, like honestly. And you can't fake an EEG scan. So in court, he was determined that he was sleepwalking, and he was determined not guilty, and he walked a free man. When he was in court, when he was in prison, they did say he was really distraught. He was just in a really bad place. And of course, there's people who are out there and gonna say that he did do it, and like reasoning, like, you know, some things people can say is because Karen had mentioned that she never seen him sleepwalk before. His mother said that he did a few times when he was a kid, and sleepwalking is hereditary, in case you guys didn't know that. And even at one point, he was crawling out a window, and his brother had to like grab his feet. So it was common, right? So he basically doesn't have any recollection of the details. He just remembers falling asleep on the couch, and then the last thing he remembers is he just remembers waking up and opening his eyes to his mother-in-law's frightened face. Like, so fucking sad. So that is the story of the Sleepwalk murder. What do you guys think? Do you think he did it? Did he not do it? I want to know your theories. I personally don't think he did it. Just from all the like little details. I really don't. But like when you first hear that like that headline, the Sleepwalk killer, and that just sounds phony as fuck. You know what I mean? But I want to know what you guys think. I'm curious. Like I said, I used to say sleepwalking is really common. So, yeah. I'm tired. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Have a good night. Be safe. Lock your doors. In case you guys were wondering where Kenneth is today. I don't know exactly today, but I know after all this shit happened, he basically started a new life, and he has 6 kids. And yeah, obviously him and Karen got divorced. I mean, obviously, how is she gonna stay with somebody, whether he did on purpose or not? How is she gonna sleep with someone who killed her parents, you know? So it's a little hard right there, you know. Gotta really, yeah, I couldn't do it. But yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot that part. Yeah, take care, guys.